Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, Stories from the 78 here at the Salt Shed for EATSCON. What's that? Well, I'm going to have my friend Adrian tell me all about it for this story from the 78, but it involves food. You know, like that big giant game the NFL puts on every year, once a year, to the two best teams? This is that, but like for food. So we're going to get the scoop on that, but I mean, you got some Chicago favorites you can see right there, Rainbow Cone and the hot dog box and Dove's Luncheonette. That's this story from the 78. All right, so we're here at day 2 of EATSCON, and I have my friend Adrian. Adrian, what's the full festival name, just so I make sure I don't get screwed up?
The Infatuation EATSCON, presented by Chase Sapphire.
And your fancy title, please.
I'm a senior editor.
Senior editor of
The Infatuation Chicago.
Okay,
yeah.
So first of all, for the folks that don't know Infatuation, what is that, first of all?
Infatuation is a restaurant review site. We do situational guides and reviews to help people make a decision about where to go out to eat in their city.
Got it. And this event is like a music festival for food,
okay.
like, right?
It's a food festival, but
okay.
Think of it as positioned like a music festival where restaurants are the headliners. So instead of having our big acts are our favorite restaurants in the city.
I see. Right, and so I see a couple of Chicago favorites, like the Rainbow Cone kind of behind you there,
Yep.
Dove's Luncheonette,
Yes.
and there's a lot of fun stuff. So how did you go about getting the certain restaurants to participate in this?
Well, the first thing we do is the editorial team sort of decides who our favorite restaurants are that we want to bring to the city, that we think would do a great job, be a great time for a festival. And then we start reaching out. We have a restaurant relations team that will go ahead and reach out to the restaurants, and we sort of work with them to decide who wants to participate in our festival.
And you guys did a heck of a job picking the spot. I mean, the Salt Shed is like quintessential Chicago experience. There's nothing quite like this where you have a music venue right on the river and a music venue that is very food focused,
Yes,
which is
yes.
very much here, right?
Yes, we love it.
So how does it work in terms of people wanting to come to this event? You know, I know there's a ticket involved. What does the ticket get you, and how many restaurants are there?
We have about 20, a little over the 20 participating restaurants. You pay for your ticket to come in, and then you have access to all of these restaurants. And we don't do like the typical food festival small tasting sizes. These are full portions, a lot of exclusive items. So these restaurants like make specific dishes just for EATSCON Chicago. So you come in, you get to sample all of those. Then we have some like brands like with free giveaways like LaCroix. We have some stuff with Zell. So you can also come in and get some free swag and stuff like that.
And speaking of like swag-ish, I mean, if you're a Sapphire member, you get
Yes.
some awesome access up here because we're in the Sapphire Lounge, right?
Yes, yes. You
Ding, ding.
you have access to air conditioning,
Which is key today.
Yes.
Oh, and then there's planes flying by, so you have a great view of the air and water show at the same time.
Yes, yes. So we have you have access to our Chase Sapphire Lounge, which has small bites, air conditioning. You also get early access to the festival if you can present your Chase Sapphire card, so you can get here before the lines start to form.
Sure.
Then we do have like, you can participate in like the LaCroix. If you can see, people get like free hats and stuff like that. We have free like little popsicles you can get down there. Yeah.
And you also have music playing. There's music inside. Is there music outside as well?
Yeah, we don't. What we do have is we have music playing from a DJ, but then we also have like moments during the festival where we'll have like a drum line come through a couple times a day. We have the Jesse White Tumblers performing.
Chicago favorite for sure.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like those small moments that just really give the festival a lot of energy.
And you also have some hidden gems that are not Chicago restaurants, but really, really sought after restaurants for the restaurant foodie who's really into those types of things, right?
Yes, we are our two favorites right now. We have 7th Street Burger, which is from New York, huge in New York, excellent burgers.
And they're right over there.
They're right over there. Yeah.
And what else you got going?
And then we have Taco Mafia, which is actually 3 top
right there.
taquerias from Austin who collaborate together. They come and they present all of their best tacos just for EATSCON Chicago.
I mean, this seems like a lot of fun for sure. This access here at Salt Shed, you kind of just walk in. It's made for a festival like this. And if you get to go inside the lounge here, you get to cool off, which is great as well, right?
Yes, and that's where we have some vendors that are inside. We have 312 Fish Market, which is a great sushi restaurant. We have Sweet Mandy B's.
Oh, yes.
Lots of seating for our panel area.
So what's the panel area? I guess that was my last question for you.
Yeah, so we have some talent for the weekend. Yesterday we had podcasters Girls Gotta Eat, so they did like a live podcast here at the festival.
Very cool.
And then we do have panels with the Infatuation Chicago team where we kind of talk a little bit about restaurants. We do a Q&A section with lots of giveaways. So the audience gets to just ask us live restaurant recommendation questions, and then they get to come up and win tons of restaurant prizes.
It's like that big game the NFL puts on every year, but for foodies, right?
Yes, exactly. It's exactly what it is.
And people want information about this and other events coming up with Infatuation, specifically here in Chicago. What's the website they should go to?
Go to infatuation.com, infatuationchicago.com, and that'll give you everything that you need to know.
Right, that's your recommendations. You're the editor of the whole thing, right?
Yep, that's it. That's exactly. We will fix all of your restaurant problems.
Well, thank you so much for taking time to chat with me. I'm going to go eat.
Yes, have fun.
Thanks. All right, so that was this story from the 78 here at the Salt Shed, TomBarneyChicago at gmail.com if you have a story from the 78, or head over to the website storiesfromthe78.com. Happy eating, everybody. We'll see you later.